This is a continuation of a previous video, cutting metals with abrasive discs. I was looking for something on the Harbor Freight website, and I ran across this safety guard for a 4 or 4.5 inch grinder. This is a safety guard that mounts on the 4 or 4.5 inch grinder. And this is a 1/16 inch abrasive cutting discs. And I buy these in packs. Generally, they cost about $1 a disc. First step is to remove whatever guard you have on the grinder and then replace it with this safety guard. Positioning the guard on the grinder and then tightening it down. Now, this guard is not particularly well engineered, but on the other hand, it only costs $7, so maybe I should be thankful. It's just a little tight to get these pieces in, like this first spacer. And then putting on the abrasive disc and screwing on the top spacer. Engaging the lock on the grinder, then using a spanner, tightening the discs. And we're ready to cut. This is 1/8 inch mild steel, and I've cut this off before using a plasma cutter. It's a pretty good cut, except right here, as I was finishing the cut, I just kind of moved a little bit to the left, so it wasn't a perfect cut. But now, using the 4.5 inch grinder with the 1/16 inch abrasive discs, with the safety guard, I can run that against the straight edge, a piece of angle iron, and end up with a straight cut from beginning to end. Now, this is not an industrial machine for cutting. Taking everything together here, the grinder, the guard, the disc, less than $50, but it's adequate for occasional use in the home shop. As you can see, I've ended up with a square cut. Sliding a file along the edge removes any excess slivers. Here I'm cutting two pieces 3/4 inch wide out of this 1/8 inch mild steel. And I want both of these 3/4 inch pieces to be identical, to both be exactly 3/4 of an inch. To get these pieces to be identical, and that's dependent upon the layout. Scribing the lines, making sure everything is square, and locking down the straight edge. Getting a good straight cut is largely dependent upon keeping that guard up against the straight edge from the beginning to the end of the cut. Two identical pieces, 3/4 inch wide, and look at those edges. Almost like a sheared edge, and there's no warping. If you notice up in the right hand corner, there's a triangular shape that has been cut out of this piece. So I want to square this 1/8 inch piece of hot rolled steel off so that it's more useful for a new project that I'm working on. Now, I have a very good plasma cutter, but for certain applications I would actually prefer to use the disc with the safety guard. This definitely has its limitations. You can't cut circles with it like you can with a plasma cutter, but for making straight cuts, it is ideal. You can be sure that I'll have more videos using this type of setup.